Go Bobcats. My name is Jeff Boals, head men's basketball coach at Ohio University. So I grew up in a small town called Magnolia, Ohio. My first introduction to basketball, was relatively young. I remember having my first little hoop in the basement on a piece of plywood. Started in the driveway with a gravel driveway with a big hill, and so I chased the ball down the hill often. So I went to Sandy Valley High School, graduated in 1990. I had a great experience. Ended up first team All-State. My senior year, averaged 32 points, 12 rebounds. I tore my ACL for the first time in the North-South All-Star game in St. John Arena. 17 years old, thought my life was over. Most everyone that was recruiting me stopped recruiting me. And there were actually a couple schools that offered me a walk-on opportunity. One was Ohio University, the other one was Miami, and thankfully I chose Ohio. I love the campus. The second thing was the people. Coach Hunter was my head coach. He was old school, matter of fact, truthful.
You have to spin. Good job, Jeff Boals.
My first year at Ohio, I didn't practice or play. I rehabbed the whole year. Spent a lot of time with our trainer, Skip Vossler. My redshirt freshman year, played 39 minutes the whole year. I had to kind of figure a way to get on the court. By my junior, senior year, I was captain. I became the defender, communicator, leader. When there was a skirmish or a fight, I was the first one in there, take charges. Played a lot of different roles through my playing career that helped me communication-wise and empathy-wise, for guys on our roster now and before. All the bonds you make, is a great memory. I still have a text chain with about 10 of my teammates that I played with. And from a basketball standpoint, winning the championship over Miami and Battelle Hall was an awesome memory. Playing in the NCAA tournament. We won the preseason NIT, beat Ohio State out of Ohio State, Virginia out of Virginia. My senior year, I was playing and I tore my ACL again, and then I played with it torn for a couple months. Playing out of Eastern Michigan, and then I tore my right one. Got my right one fixed, never got my left one fixed, and that really ended my career from a playing standpoint. Started the process to become a coach. I was a biology major. I always tell people if I knew I was going to coach, I would not have been a biology major. We lost an assistant coach at the end of my senior year. Our head coach, Larry Hunter, asked me if I'd be interested in coaching. And when you're 22 and you have no idea what you want to do in your life, I told him I would do it. It was different because I was coaching a lot of guys I played with. So I was running study tables. I was running camps. It was almost a GA role. My second job was at University of Charleston down in West Virginia. I was the only full-time assistant coach. I was the compliance director for 14 sports. I had 7 part-time coaches. I was in charge of facilities. I was in charge of the equipment laundry room. It was one of the best things I've ever done because you immerse yourself in every facet. After that, I went to Marshall University. I was there for 4 years, and then I went back to University of Charleston for 1 year, then went up to Robert Morris in Pittsburgh. Then I went to University of Akron for 3 years, and then got a fortunate break to become assistant at Ohio State. I was with Thad Matta for 7 years at Ohio State. We were 31-8, went to the Final Four, 34-3, ranked #1 in the country. Through the process, my dream was to be the head coach at Ohio University. And I got bypassed twice, for the Ohio job. And it was kind of crushing at the time because I thought I was ready. All the ups and downs you go through, the adversity you go through really helps, define you and build you up. Things happen for a reason, so I took a different path and went to Stony Brook. Right when I got the Stony Brook job, I reached out to probably 20 head coaches that I knew and just said, hey, what advice do you have for a first-year head coach? And almost to a T, all of them said, hey, be yourself. Third year there, we were 24-8. Had a great team coming back and got a call from Jim Schaus. President Nellis and Jim Schaus had flown from Cleveland to Long Island, New York. Met in an airport hangar. They offered me the job and I took it on the spot. Third time was the charm. When I came back, one of our guys experienced what I experienced as a player. There's no better feeling than, going to Selection Sunday, seeing your name pop up on the screen. Going to the NCAA tournament, beating Virginia, who was the defending national champs. This is a different era, with the NIL, transfer portal. We've kind of evolved. We've played different styles of play.
How would you describe your coaching style?
I like to feel like I'm a player's coach. Very positive driven. One thing I've learned to do is listen a lot and try to empower our staff, try to empower our players and give them freedom. The communication piece is huge. When you're able to communicate with your kids, figure out what motivates each person. One of the toughest things as a coach is being a dad. You miss a lot of activities, birthdays, holidays. The positives far outweigh the negatives. My wife Katie, met her in University of Charleston when I was down there. We have two beautiful children, Sydney and my son Chase. They're a big part of who you are and what you do. I try to share with our players. I want them to see me be a dad. I always tell recruits and our kids, you have no idea what love is until you hold your own kid. When you figure out why you do what you do, that's when good things happen. And I'm starting year 29 this year. Blessed to be able to say I do something I love, where I love to do it, and who I love to do it with.